Real Madrid recently experienced a difficult match against their city rivals, Atletico Madrid. It wasn't until the 64th minute that they broke the deadlock with a goal from Eder Militao. In the 89th minute, young star Endrick, who had just been brought on, had the chance to make it 2-0. However, instead of moving closer to the goal or passing to Jude Bellingham, who was in a favorable position, Endrick decided to take a shot that went over the bar. This action caused Bellingham to throw his hands up in frustration and even kneel after watching his teammate's shot miss the target. Endrick himself couldn't believe he had missed such an important opportunity. Unfortunately, just a few minutes later, Atletico Madrid equalized, and the match ended 1-1. After the game, many fans on social media buzzed about this situation. Most opinions suggested that Endrick had been too selfish by not passing to Bellingham. And this wasn't the first time the young Brazilian's playing style had raised concerns about his perceived selfishness. Endrick had previously made a significant impact when he sealed a 3-1 victory for Real Madrid against Stuttgart in the opening match of this year's Champions League. This goal put him in the club's history books, becoming the youngest player to score for Los Blancos in the European competition at just 18 years, 1 month, and 27 days old. Before him, the record was held by the legendary Raul, who scored at 18 years, 3 months, and 21 days. However, Endrick's goal also sparked debate over his decision-making during a quick counterattack. The 18-year-old received the ball and charged powerfully toward the opposition's goal, while two of Real Madrid's brightest stars, Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius Jr., had cleverly positioned themselves in open spaces on the wings, creating better attacking opportunities. Yet, instead of passing to his teammates, Endrick surprisingly decided to shoot near post and scored. This bold decision earned him praise for his confidence and decisiveness. At 18, few players have the courage to take a shot in such a situation, especially when there are world-class attacking stars nearby. However, many criticized Endrick for lacking finesse, being selfish, and focusing solely on making his mark rather than choosing a more reasonable approach. Some comments even questioned the young player's ability to cooperate and his tactical vision. But are people being too harsh on Endrick? From the moment he stepped into Real Madrid's first team, Endrick has faced immense pressure. As one of the youngest players to ever play for the club, not just in La Liga but also in the Champions League, attracting attention from fans was inevitable. At 18, he's not only dealing with crucial matches, but also with the scrutiny of fans, the media, and football experts. Like any young talent, expectations for Endrick are incredibly high. When joining a giant club like Real Madrid, players must constantly prove their worth to live up to the team's reputation. Moreover, the pressure from fans, who are always eager for a new star to follow in the footsteps of legends like Raul or Cristiano Ronaldo, weighs heavily on Endrick. Every move he makes on the pitch is dissected, and every missed shot or misplaced pass is scrutinized under a harsh lens. Under these circumstances, it's no surprise that the young player sometimes feels pressured to make an individual impact, even if that means taking bigger risks. On the pitch, Endrick is one of the few teenage players with the confidence and courage to take decisive shots in big matches. This mentality is one of his strengths and what makes him stand out among his peers. Think back to the goal against Stade in the Champions League, where Endrick decided to shoot near post, despite having teammates like Mbappé and Vinicius Jr. in more favorable positions. That shot not only secured a victory for Real Madrid, but also etched his name into the club's history. In football, decisiveness is extremely important, especially for attacking players. You can't always wait for the perfect pass or play it safe, and sometimes bold decisions are what make the difference. Players like Endrick understand that big opportunities don't come often in a match, and taking risks to shoot is also a way to make a statement. As one of Real's 2 highly anticipated summer signings, Endrick has been overshadowed by Mbappé. The former Palmeiras player has sought ways to ensure his name is remembered. He has scored 2 goals in his 2 brief appearances. In the match against Valladolid, Endrick came on in the 86th minute and scored in the 96th. In the game against Stuttgart, he came on in the 80th minute and scored in the 95th minute. Endrick's first goal for Real Madrid came with his right foot, not his dominant foot. But it was a powerful, extremely strong shot into the near post that caught Valladolid's goalkeeper off guard. In the match against Stuttgart, he unleashed a cannon with his preferred left foot. And Stuttgart's goalkeeper Nubel was also surprised by this decision. Power in shooting is one of Endrick's standout traits. A left-footed player who also finishes remarkably well with his right. Even during his time at Palmeiras, Endrick frequently made shots from outside the box. His strikes are often low and very dangerous. At 18, Endrick's style of play is still quite wild, very fond of dribbling and shooting. However, this confidence doesn't always yield positive results. A prime example is the situation in the match against Atletico Madrid, where Endrick shot from distance instead of passing to Jude Bellingham. This move led to considerable criticism from fans and the media. However, rather than harshly criticizing, we need to understand that making mistakes is part of a young player's development. Endrick is learning from his errors, and the important thing is that he will adjust in the future. Football is a sport of split-second decisions, and sometimes those choices can lead to success or failure. For Endrick, choosing to shoot from distance in the match against Atletico Madrid might have been a mistake, but it's not something unforgivable. At 18, he is still growing and learning, and making poor decisions is entirely normal. Looking back at the greatest players in football history, from Cristiano Ronaldo to Lionel Messi, they too went through tough phases and made plenty of mistakes early in their careers. What's important is how they overcame those difficult times and became stronger. Endrick also needs time to learn from his mistakes. He's playing at the highest level, where every error is magnified and analyzed in detail. However, with support from the coaching staff and his teammates, Endrick will undoubtedly gain valuable lessons. In fact, many of the world's top players have faced criticism for selfishness in their playing style. Cristiano Ronaldo, in his early years at Manchester United, was often labeled as too individualistic in his handling of the ball. But over time, he learned to balance between pursuing personal achievements and benefiting the team. Endrick will go through similar experiences, and what's important is that he listens and adjusts his game over time. Endrick is still very young, and his football journey is only just beginning. Making mistakes is inevitable, but it's also an opportunity to learn and grow. Real Madrid is one of the best clubs in the world for nurturing young talent, and with the support of his teammates, coaches, and the elite environment, Endrick has the chance to improve even more. Playing alongside top players like Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Jude Bellingham will help Endrick learn a lot. He will not only refine his individual skills, but also improve his ability to collaborate, observe, and make quick decisions in matches. Football is a sport that requires time for young players to fully develop their potential, but not everyone can become a star from the very beginning. The tough moments are part of that process. What's important is that Endrick maintains the right attitude, is willing to learn, and adjusts to become a more complete player. One crucial factor in the development of young players is the support of fans and the media. In Endrick's case, excessive criticism can have a negative impact, causing him to lose confidence and composure in future matches. On the contrary, with support, he will feel motivated to continue improving and perfecting himself. Fans need to understand that Endrick is in the learning and development phase. Imperfect plays are unavoidable. The important thing is how he receives feedback and improves in the future. The media should also maintain a balanced perspective, evaluating both the strengths and weaknesses of this young player, rather than focusing solely on individual mistakes.